Hey guys, today I'm going to be bringing you a video that I have been wanting to make for such a long time. I don't want to make this intro too long, so stick around until the end for a bit more information about me as well as some things I wanted to go over. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys a few tips you can use to reach what is called a flow state in Rocket League, or a term we are more familiar with, peaking. Flow state is when your brain is focused so hard on a task that it seems to just flow. While in this state, you are more aware, you become hyper-focused, and you perform better than you do in any other state. Have you ever had certain days where everything in Rocket League just clicks for you? A day where competition isn't intimidating and you are hitting your shots, making the saves that you need to make, and overall just playing out of your mind? I know those days seem few and far between, but I'm here to help you guys play like this more often and ultimately give the tools you need to succeed and peak whenever you need to. Guys, I will be breaking this video into 3 very important sections, and I highly recommend you really listen to it and take in every single part because each one is very important. With that out of the way, let's hop straight in. Focus and concentration. Focus is by far the most underrated, non-attractive qualities when it comes to getting better at Rocket League. Rocket League is a fast-paced game that involves quick thinking and even quicker decision making. You know just as well as I do that one wrong move or one little mistake could cost you to miss or get scored on. This is why I've really been, focused on getting better at focusing. There's a lot of things that can get in the way and make you less focused while playing, and probably the most common thing is your own emotions. Yeah, you heard me correctly, your own emotions can impact your gameplay more than you would think. When you load into a match, ideally you want to be worried about scoring, defending your net, and winning, right? Well, our minds and emotions tend to complicate this. I am personally a very competitive person, and I assume you are too because, well, you play this game. Just like any other sport, the opponents will try to get in your head. In Rocket League, the community is generally pretty toxic, and I do not have one day go by without having a toxic encounter. Even your own teammates can be this way, which is very unfortunate. All of this ultimately creates a hostile environment for you every time you load into a match, whether you consciously recognize this or not. My biggest advice to solve this issue, guys, and greatly improve your concentration is just to simply disable chat. I know it can be fun interacting with other players and communicating when needed, but guys, I promise you that if you disable your chat and not have to worry about who's being toxic and who has to say what, it would be so much less stressful and you can use more of your brain power for your actual gameplay. There's a couple more things I wanted to go over in this category that personally helps me out a ton. Another thing I like to do is that might sound kind of weird is unbind my score button. I know this seems silly, but if you are worried about score, goals, shots on net, etc., then that's another thing that takes away from your focus. Another thing this does is prevent you from looking to see who your opponents are and checking their tags, which is a thing that I know that most of us are guilty of. This tactic helps you worry less about how you are performing, less about who the opponents you are facing are, and more at the gameplay that's happening in real time. The next thing I wanted to go over has to do with a computer application called Bacchus Mod that you may already be familiar with, but if you're on console you won't have access to this mod unfortunately. But I do not think you need this whatsoever. Bacchus Mod has a ton of neat little features, and my favorite that has to do with this topic are anonymizing opponents' names and cars, hiding scoreboard information if you don't want to unbind the scoreboard button, and lastly hiding your rank. I will have a quick tutorial on screen showing where to find all these features, and to get to this point, all you have to do is install Bacchus Mod and by default press F2 in game. And if you were wondering, the reason I hide my rank, it's because I personally believe that chasing ranks is a good way to tunnel vision and stay hard stuck. You should be more focused on your gameplay than your actual rank, and I know plenty of YouTubers have gone over this, so I just wanted to brush over it real quick. If you take this information in and really understand why it helps, I guarantee your consistency will improve greatly. Confidence. Confidence in Rocket League is very important for your gameplay and also your consistency. The ability to load into every match and play with grit and pure confidence is very underrated. To be more confident, you have to give yourself a level of trust and patience. I know it's easy to get tilted and let your opponents get into your head, but guys, let me tell you that believing in yourself and not letting yourself get affected by your opponents and your own mistakes or errors will put you a step ahead of most of the competition in Rocket League. Next time you load up the game, I want you to tell yourself that you won't let losses or mistakes you make ruin your match. You will accept them, brush them off, maybe learn from them, and then move on. Mistakes are not meant to be dwelled on, especially if you are trying to prevent more of them. And as long as you let yourself be a prisoner to these things, your confidence will take a huge hit. Hype yourself up, remind yourself of exactly what you do well, and make a promise that you will play to the best of your abilities no matter what happens. Environment. The last thing I wanted to go over in this video is environment. And I know that some of you may not be able to apply everything I'm going to mention, and that's okay. Just do as much as you possibly can. When playing Rocket League, you normally don't consider sound to be important, but it very much is. If you have a headset, I highly recommend using it with the sound going through it. You want to be as engaged as possible, so that means hearing less sound around you and more sound coming from the game. Your brain is able to focus much better when there's less noise distraction. Also, you want to try and sit up and have good posture and ideally be as close to your monitor or TV screen as you can. Another thing that is very important is making sure there are less visual distractions. You know what the biggest visual distraction is? Your phone. Even so much as having it in front of you on your desk or on you can take away important chunks of focus. What I do is put my phone on silent and have it face down so I'm not worried about it while I'm playing, and I'm able to focus much better and play to the best of my abilities. So that's it, guys. If you made it this far, then congratulations. I know a lot of this stuff may seem unimportant, but I promise you guys that it is the opposite. Rocket League is a video game, but also very much a mental game. The more you learn these things to improve your mental game, the farther that puts you ahead of the competition. Think of the pros and what sets them apart from other high-level players. They are able to master their focus, their confidence, their environment, and are able to peak whenever they need to. People don't realize how hard it is to play professionally and keep up your performance in a long day of games and series. Thank you all for watching my first ever real video project. I've always had a passion for games and helping people, and my dream is to put these two together into a channel that involves both. The quality of these videos will only be getting better as I learn and grow over time. I hope you guys will join me in that journey and we can all be at the top together. I will have an upload schedule figured out very soon after I understand the time that it takes to record and edit these videos and put them out. Thank you all so much again, and my dream won't be possible without you guys, and I value each and every one of you greatly. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night whenever you are watching this, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye for now.